What is the new? It's very simple. We decide to release all genetic diversity that we have in our gene bank. Before, we are a public institution. However, we are behaving like a private one. Because all this amount of diversity, genetic diversity, we keep only for scientists. And we decide to fall down all the work of my institution and become public, all genetic resources, free to farm. And we plant all kinds of diversity of seeds, and nobody knows where it comes from in a very big plot. And farmer came in order to choose whatever they want to make experiment. Very simple. So the people access to diversity, and we separate ladies and gentlemen. It was amazing the difference in terms of selection criteria. We realized that the farmers are very skillful to systematize information. They can do it. So it was a big discovery for scientists. And we realized that they can select variety as efficient like a scientist. And sometimes more efficient than scientists. The other very interesting new thing is that before 1989, when I was a conventional scientist, I made decisions for farmers about everything. And now we provide a lot of choices, but who made decisions are them. Oh, before, in order to measure the impact of my plant breeding program, we measure the plant, every plant. And now we are measuring this smiling of the people. But look, you have a top qualification. This is we are looking for, the smiling of the people. It's our target now. So the question now is, what happens when farmers become in a backbone of the innovation system in Cuba and Mexico as well? Do you know what is the atomic bomb? It's a big explosion. So we start in very small community in La Palma, in another river. We came from that. So we inject the diversity of different crops. We started putting on hand of the farmer more than 50 different varieties of beans. The farmer started to call the neighbor. Come on, I have 50 varieties. And the neighbor said, you are a liar. It's not possible that you have more than 3 varieties of beans. He said, I have, because I'm collaborating with scientists. I pick it up, I collect diversity all over the place with scientists. So the people came, and every farmer that came to the first diversity seeds fair became in a very small and exciting experimental station. So in that way, I've been multiplying. And the funny thing, that most of the time, people who are involved in developing projects in the third world, first world, all over the places. The people made organization first in order to achieve the impact. But here was completely different. The people organize when they see that something is working. And the different way of people to organize depending on several factors. So we leave to people to make their own organization. And the family decide to make farmer research organization with different names. And from that moment, the sixth diversity flow start to move in different directions, not in the only one direction like before, from the experimental station straight to farmer. No, because they are the scientists now. So what's happened when farming became the key actors in to make innovation in agriculture? This is 1994, the production in urban agriculture in Havana. This is the amount of ton. And look at in 1999. It's amazing, unbelievable. Oh, the people say, no, organic farming is not very high yielding procedure. Look at the yield in 1994 and look at the yield in 1999. And the diversity of every farm involved in the process have been increasing a lot. You can find people that are able now to keep more than 150 variety of bean, 50 variety of cassava, 100 variety of cowpea, more than 20 of maize, any. So, what lesson we learned of this process working directly to farm? We learned that participatory plant breeding is working for poor farmer, rich farmer, farmer living in the flat area, farmer living in the hilly part. It's working all over the places. Do you know why? Because the farmers are human beings and they want to make decisions. It's very simple. The other lesson that we learned is more efficient to spread out choices to farmer in different terms, diversity, technological component, in order that every farmer, each farmer, are able to build up their own and particular technological package. Why? Because if you are growing organically, means that you are not using fertilizer. If you are not using fertilizers and pesticide, the difference between one farm regarding to other is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. So you cannot make one solution for both. So that is why it's very important to decentralize innovation. And that is why it's very difficult that every centralized government can make this kind of arrangement or policy. Because it's a structural change. It's not only to eat organically, it's to change the way to see the life and agriculture.